Hey, y'all.
Welcome to Up at Night with L and T,
I'm Lauren,
and I'm Takara, and
and this
this
is
is
our
our podcast.
podcast. Hey, girl.
Hey,
How
Lauren.
are you?
I am good.
You good?
I'm good.
Good. How was your week?
My week's fine. It's been a good week.
Yep. I am happy
Yeah. Where do you?
because today is your birthday,
It is
and we are doing our very first episode
very first episode
on your birthday,
on my
bitch.
birthday. It's crazy.
It is. I just want you to know you're so beautiful. You're such a beautiful person, and you know you can't call everybody friend.
True. I
But you
agree.
have definitely been somebody that I can call friend. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
is so
regardless
sweet.
of anything, like, you've always been someone that I know that when it comes down to it, I could trust and I can be around.
Yes.
And that's why we doing this together.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you're somebody I've always been able to be open with. I can send you any type of memes, emojis, anything on Instagram. I ain't got to worry about, oh, is this too much for her? Will she get this? I can just
Exactly.
send it to you. You could probably be getting tired of me, girl, because I be sending you
No,
stuff, girl.
it's hilarious. You know me and my sense of humor. I crack up every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you
Every
do.
time you send me something
I'm
crazy,
the
I'm cracking
same
up.
way. But your
It's,
week was good.
week was fine.
Girl, let me tell you about mine. I got stopped by the popo. Girl, you know I live out in the boonies.
You you do live in Hoopadook land.
And
You
I
live
was
far.
rushing home. I wasn't even rushing. Why is the speed limit 30?
Wait,
That's
were
too
you coming from
slow.
work?
No, I was coming from my kid's school. I had to drop him off something. I was going home. Speed limit was 30. Why? And I think I was doing 43.
It's 2025. The speed limit should be more.
Yeah. Who does that? So I'm driving. The speed limit, I guess, is 30. This lady pulls up behind me, girl. I didn't even get time to get my license and stuff out because she just walks up to my car all fast. Like she rushing. So she comes up to my car, right, license and registration. First off, do you know that registrations is not your license? Is not your driver? What is it called? Registration is not your insurance.
No, it's not.
So why do they take your insurance instead of your registration?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But lady comes up, I'm like, well, I don't have my stuff out, so I'm like, here. So I gave her my license, give her my
Insurance.
insurance.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, okay, I'll be right back. Girl, she goes back to the car. I don't know what she looked up. Not even a minute later, she comes back. She's like, okay, you'll get a warning. And then she just leaves. I said, what? I ain't mad. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't mad at that. Like,
Why
do
are
you
you
see
pulling
me?
me over?
But I'm like, what was the purpose? She seemed like she was on something.
Probably.
Girl, I don't
She
know.
seen that complexion.
Right, that
She was
part.
just checking.
Out where we live.
Exactly.
So I ended up just happily trotting home and still speeding. So that was a little highlight in my week.
Okay.
Other than that, the rest of my week was good.
That's good.
So what we talking about today?
Dating at work.
Ooh, dating at work.
Dating at work.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna count to 3,
Uh-huh.
and then on 3 we're gonna say whether we would do it or whether we wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. So dating at work. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck no.
Hell no.
No. Absolutely
Hell
not.
to the no.
No.
Do not. Please, people, listen to me.
No, it's not.
Don't do it.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Don't do it. Don't fraternize. Keep it
No.
professional.
I would never. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
I wouldn't date her. It's too much. And then some places have policies against it,
They do.
especially if you like are a manager or a supervisor. And that's automatic grounds for dismissal.
Yes.
So you have to watch that and you have to be careful with that. But so one, know your company's policy. That's the first thing I'd say.
Yes.
Know your company's policy.
For sure.
And 2, the person who you're planning on dating, dude, know that person because there can be drama.
Yeah. Because it could end bad and then you have to still see this person and it could be some BS. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Yeah. And then if dating can get messy. Dating
Very.
at work can get messy.
Very.
And this is just our opinion. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if our opinions was different, it'd be different.
Yeah.
But this is just our opinion. I would definitely be careful because favoritism can be something that people, you know what I mean? You could be getting,
True.
people could think that you're being favored because you're dating someone, or, you know, someone
Jealousy.
in a certain, like, especially like where I work with doctors.
Yeah.
And so people would think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, this person's getting favored because they're dating or something like
Yeah.
that. And people can report it,
True.
you know, and that's just not something that you want to deal with. When you go to work, you want your work to be your peace, like your home is your peace. And unless you maybe find that person who's really peaceful and chill and calm, you dating a guy, or you dating a female, and they have to be around someone in their area that's attractive, and you know that they're around that person all day,
Yeah.
and you're at work seeing them with that person.
Yeah.
How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? What if you felt a certain type of way about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas if it's like you don't even know that you're not around them in that environment, so you don't even know what that entails. You just have to trust that person. And so you're not seeing it. So
Yeah.
it's a different dynamic versus you being in that environment and seeing it, and your mind starts to, you know, make
Play
you
tricks
think.
on you, yeah.
make you start thinking things that really aren't. And then you just have to be careful because people crazy.
Yeah.
People are crazy.
I'm not a jealous person, so I can understand, like, if I dated a guy and he have coworkers and or whatever. But my thing is, if it doesn't work, the drama that comes along with that.
So meaning if you guys start to date and then all of a sudden you decide not to date anymore.
Yeah, the drama that comes along with that. I don't want
That
it.
could
I don't
come
want the
along.
headache. I don't want the drama. I ain't got time. That's why I wouldn't do it. It ain't for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And there be drama at work. Like, I've known, I mean, I've been at my job for a while, so I've known of people that's dated different people.
Yeah.
And I've known of men, and there's probably women too. I just don't know about the women that's dated, there's men that's dated multiple women at
Yeah.
the job, and it's drama. Have you ever dated anybody at your job?
No.
Never?
No, never. I would never. I just had a situation. I was telling you a little snippet. No, my car got totaled.
Okay.
And a guy from my job was really cool with me. He had a crush on me, but I would never date a guy from my job. But I guess he dated a girl at the job in a different department. And she seen him dropping me off and picking me up, taking me
She
home.
saw him.
And she was so mad. And she was so, like, going around the job telling people she doesn't like me, all this other stuff. So on Friday, I seen her. And I just was like, hey, what's going on?
Now, were y'all cool prior to this? Like,
Yes.
did you and her kind of talk a little
The crazy
bit?
thing, we were super cool, talk
Okay.
about hair,
Okay.
just traveling. We talked about all type of stuff. And she just stopped talking to me, and she going around telling people that she doesn't like me, whatever case may be. I'm like, this is crazy. So finally I seen her, and I seen her a few times, and I was just like, it's not worth it. Don't say anything. But I'm like, I cannot ignore it because it's
there.
yeah.
Like,
I can feel that
Yeah.
or whatever. So I finally just said something. I'm just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And she apologized, and she was just like, she has a bad attitude. But I'm like, you having a bad attitude doesn't equate or doesn't, it's not okay because you have a bad attitude. And then you
Right.
going
It's not
around
an
telling people
excuse.
you don't like me. Like, this is not high school.
She was telling people
We're
that.
grown. Yeah. So we had a
Because of him.
conversation. Yeah. We had a conversation. She tried to act like it's not because of him, but it was. And we had a conversation, and she apologized, and, I left it at that. But me being cool with her or anything like that, no. We nipped it in the bud. That's where it's going to stay.
Yeah. Again, keep it professional.
You stay over there, I'm going to stay over here. That's it. But it's just too much. And I'm like, I've never kissed this man. Never.
He was just simply dropping you off.
He was just being, because he lived down the street from me.
Okay.
Just being a nice guy.
And he didn't, like, he wasn't coming on to you?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just simply.
No, simply just being a good guy.
Okay.
That was it. But yeah, so.
Girl, I just go to my unit and I stay on my unit unless I go to get something to eat, and I keep it short, simple, sweet, and I keep it moving.
Yeah.
People flirt every once in a while. And I've had actually an incident that happened when I was married that I had to have my husband interject in. Because, girl, this guy wouldn't, and I wasn't going to tell this story. This guy, I would go to buy food,
Yeah.
and he would pay for my food before I got up to the counter. Well, he knew what I was getting because I always came down to get a cookie. So he must have been watching me. We used to have these bomb cookies. Girl, peanut butter was my thing. So I would go get a peanut butter cookie. He worked down there.
Yeah.
So he would tell them like, oh, you know, I guess he must have told them he'd pay for it. So I would go up there to pay and they'd be like, oh, it's already paid for. And I'd be like, really? And so
Okay.
then he would be walking away like laughing. So I'm like, and they'd be looking at it because they knew him. So they'd be like, yeah, such and such paid. And I'm like, okay. So after a couple times of this happening, he tried to tell me one time, he was like, yeah, now you owe me. And I was like,
No.
yeah, no, like we're not doing this. And I'm married and I wear my ring to work.
Exactly.
Like I'm not doing this with you.
No.
And he had been talking to a couple other women that I knew. So I knew he was, you know, and that's okay. But I was like, yeah, no. So just kind of ignored him. But one day I was talking to a friend of mine's. She wasn't a friend. I was talking to this girl and she was telling me that he walked up to us and he was like, I'm a promoter. And he was like, he was like, bring your husband, you know, you guys should come to this thing or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So he got my number. He was like, I'll text you the information. I'm like, okay. He texted me the information. Nothing wrong with that. But then 3, 4, 5 days later, I can't stop thinking about you. I want you. I like you, blah, 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 blah. And I just really, I'm married.
Excuse me?
Exactly. And I told him, I'm like, I'm married. So it wouldn't stop. So then I'm like, well, I'm going to have to tell my husband because, like, you're not listening to me.
Yeah, and you've been disrespectful.
Exactly. So I think once I told him, like, that I was going to tell my husband or get him involved, he stopped.
Good.
And I don't think he works at my job anymore. I don't know.
Good.
But I totally, like, had to, like, deaden that because, no, I just was someone that, I never was someone that, I practiced fidelity.
Yeah.
Other thing, recently, like maybe 3, 4 months ago, guy came to me correct. I'm charged. I'm doing report. Guy had to find colostomy bags for us. He found the colostomy bags, but I had to come downstairs prior. And he was like, what did he say? He was like, ooh, you smell good. And I was like, I don't think that's me. I think that's you smelling good. And he was like, so it was a little bit of back and forth. Older guy, I think he was like 51, 52.
Yeah.
And he brought the colostomy bags upstairs because we couldn't find them.
Yeah.
And as a charge, I went downstairs to look for them. Came upstairs. I'm giving a report because I'm about to go. And this was my third 12-hour shift in a row. So I'm tired. Like my third 12-hour, I don't want to talk. I don't want to nothing.
I'm over it.
I'm over it. Like I'm ready to go home. I don't even listen to music on my way home. Because as charge, everyone's coming at you about things. You have to run the unit. So it was heavy. It was just a heavy day. And he stands there, and I'm like, do you need something? After he gives the colostomy bags, and he's like, yeah, I would like to wait for you. And I'm like, well, it's going to be a while because I have to do a report. I'm like, but I'll come downstairs before I leave. Girl, I didn't want to go downstairs. But I was just like, whatever, I'll be nice. You know what I'm saying? Not that I wasn't attracted to him, but I was tired. Like, mentally, I don't have it in me today.
Yeah.
But, okay. He was like, okay, make sure you come downstairs. Go downstairs, exchanged information, talked a couple times. He ended up calling me one day after his shift. I didn't work that day. And he was like, yeah, you wasn't at work today. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm thinking maybe he knew because he came to our unit to bring something to the unit and I wasn't there. He goes, yeah, I called up to your unit looking for you and they said you weren't there.
What? Excuse me?
Right. I said, what? I said, you what? You called my unit? I said, you got my whole phone number. Why would you call my unit?
Doesn't make sense.
Not at all. Like, you can't think like that to be messing with me. Like, I didn't understand it. I'm just like, and we had multiple conversations. We were planning on getting together to hang out, like, all of that. Seemed like a real cool dude, ambitious, had stuff going for himself, but that was such a turnoff for me. But apparently, you know, if you're really into someone, you wouldn't let one little thing like that turn you off. So maybe I wasn't really into him because that one thing I was like, yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work because that's putting all these. Don't put people on my job in my business.
Yeah.
Like I don't need nobody coming like Lauren. Somebody called for you. No.
So you would, if it was right, you would date someone from your job.
So I was open to it prior to that happening.
Okay.
Once that happened, that was a definite like that solidified the no for me because before it had been no. Yeah. And then I was like, Lauren, be nice because I'm trying to be open.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more because I feel like when you so closed off, nowadays you're not going to find nothing with no closed off attitude. You know what I'm saying? True. And you never know who or where you'll find your man or your mate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
I was trying to be open. And once that happened, it was such a turn off. I'm like, how do you not notice Mr. 51? Like, I was so confused. So but I do want to talk about people that do decide to date
Yeah.
at work. If you do decide to date at work, one of the things that I would say is make sure that you both are on the same page.
I agree with that.
Make sure that you both communicate. Be open be on the same page with your business and what you decide and choose to tell other people. Make sure that there are no policies against dating. And adhere to those policies, because your work, that's huge. That's money coming in. We all have to make money.
Yeah.
So make sure, because
You're going about it the right way.
Because I had said something to him about, fraternizing, and he was like, so that means I need to quit. And I was just like, that would be crazy if you did that. Like, that would make me feel like you're crazy.
Right.
Like, if you quit this job for me, we ain't even talked. We ain't even been, like, hung out, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say definitely communicate. I feel like it can be.
It's a no for me.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I feel like, I don't know, like, don't you just want to break from that person? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to go to work and my man is there. Like, we need a break. Like, I'll see you when I get home. Like,
I'm not doing it. I don't, and I mean, I've seen some nice looking men at my job, and I'm single. I've been single for 3 years now, but I'm not doing it. I'm not dating no one for my job.
Yeah, I go to work for work. I don't even think about it. Even if there's like a handsome guy.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it because I'm at work for work. And then I just go home.
I'm not doing it.
I feel like it's a slippery slope. I feel like it's something that, you just do what you do.
Yeah.
But
to each his
again,
own.
make sure you don't jeopardize your job. That's huge.
To each his own.
Don't jeopardize your job, because that's where your income comes in.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to be messing up my income, because people get crazy. People be at work. What if he's a stalker and now you at work with, and I'm saying he because I'm a female and I date males, but what if that
can
person
go the other way too?
Exactly. What if a female is a stalker? What if they're a stalker? What if you at work now stressed out and you can't fully do your job? No. Yeah.
Say no, kids.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Just say
don't
no.
do it.
I would say don't do it. Okay, so we're going to do. Okay, so we have a question of the day that we're gonna do. Okay.
Yes.
So we have these questions that hopefully we get to a point to where we can have questions from our audience. But now we just kind of had some randomized questions. This is the birthday girl's day, so I'm gonna have her answer this question.
Have to answer the question.
Yeah, we both have to answer the question.
Okay.
I'm scared.
We just talked about this in the car right here.
Okay. What? No. I ain't answering it today. I ain't answering this question. I already know.
The question is, would you date outside your race?
Oh, we did talk about this.
For me, only for me. Like, I don't have a problem with it. To each his own. You do what you want to do. But for me, it's a no. I only want to be with a black man. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. What you sorry for? Girl, please.
Sorry. I just want to be a black man.
Exactly. For Lauren, do I want to date outside? Would I?
Would you? If it was the right guy, right moment.
Okay, so let's talk to you. Right guy, right moment.
But a white man?
Yes.
No. Not doing it.
Still a no.
Not doing it.
You guys, right now, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't.
And that's okay not to know.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to be different. Because you could be missing everything you could get and then some.
I'm very much open and willing to date. I'm just not dating a white man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know for me. I don't know. I feel like I would be open to it, I think. I don't know. That's so hard because it was no for me for a long time just because I had a man.
Yeah.
I had one.
You had a husband.
I had a husband.
Yeah.
So it was no. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't think about dating anybody else. My preference is a black guy, is a black man. But I'm trying to be open with this dating thing. I'm trying. So I'm going to say right now I'm open. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
open right now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It is what it is. Now let's do our shout outs.
Oh, do you got a shout out?
I'm going to shout out you because it's your birthday.
Thank you. That's
And
so
it's
sweet.
our first
episode ever.
and our first podcast. So
Yes.
it only makes sense for me to shout out you.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
Well, my shout out is going to be you for welcoming me on this journey.
Yes, because it's definitely going to be a journey, honey.
I didn't ever even think to do a podcast
Yeah.
until you introduced it to me. So shout out to Lauren. And I'm happy. I'm excited to see where this goes in our journey
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah, and just to talk to each other and be authentic and be
Yes.
honest and be relatable.
Yes.
Because that's huge with people.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not better than anybody. I don't care what job I have, what
Yeah.
license I hold. It doesn't matter. We're all human. We have feelings.
Yep.
We go through things.
Exactly.
And so we're going to get through this together. I feel like this is going to be therapy for us.
It is.
And for other people, hopefully.
I agree.
And yeah, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast.
Up late.
with L&T.
Hey, hey.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.